As the show opened, a question popped into my head and I need to throw it to you all. Which wrestler in AEW has a more ego-stroking entrance? Kenny Omega or Cody Rhodes? Please tell me in the comments. I'm John Wright with my review of AEW Dynamite. Yep, Kenny Omega's opening the show. The broom girls are out there. Ooh, what does this broom do? Dee, get out of my laboratory. What are you doing, you idiot? Oh, I think I might have mixed up my cartoons there. But anyway, oh boy, Don Scarlet Fever Callis is on commentary. Half my interest in this opening match is gone. I know that people like Omega and Callis as a duo, and that's fine. I'm not saying you guys can't. I made my opinions known. Callis is a fucking scumbag. He's a scumbag on television and off television. Hence the Scarlet Fever name, and I want to thank one of my friends for throwing that out. You know who you are. But yeah, if there was an option to just have Don Callis muted on commentary, muted in general, because he adds nothing to a wrestling program in 2021. Seriously, he's doing the same damn character he did in the dying days of ECW. That was 20 fucking years ago. Seriously, it's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, so we have Kenny Omega versus Matt Seidel, AEW World Title Eliminator match. And this match was made because on the debut episode of AEW Dark Elevation, Tony Khan, doing his best Herb Abrams impression, let's hear it for him, came out and made this match. And man, never thought I'd long for the days of Dixie Carter being an on-screen character. She seemed like she was filled with charisma, among other things, instead of Tony Khan, which, seriously, he is much more like Herb Abrams, I think, than any of us realize. So, I like Matt Seidel. Omega has had good to great matches, but he's also overrated, my opinion, and he makes so many weird faces like he's being tased in a fucking puddle. I just don't fucking get it. Why the poison rana? Why the no-selling? There were some good moves here. Seidel can work. Omega can hit his flip-de-doo-dah shit in his knees and the high V-trigger. The close near falls and one-wing angel, 1, 2, 3. It was a bad match. It was just a Kenny Omega match, which means some people are going to like it, some people are going to hate it, and I'm kind of fall somewhere in the middle where I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. Anyway, yeah, so Matt Seidel, thanks for coming. I mean, you lost. I didn't expect Matt Seidel to win, but yes, Kenny Omega gets the victory. So Matt Seidel will not get his shot anytime soon until Tony Khan feels the need to insert himself on AEW programming. Gross. So we have Marvez interviewing the Dark Order. Silver shows that he's ready, and they do trust fall stuff to stop the coffin drop. And Alan Five Angels, who seems to be the butt of the jokes now and is probably going to be, out of the group soon. He, falls down because nobody catches him. I guess he is the black sheep of the family. Anyway, we have Adam Hangman Page versus Cesar Panini. That is what I'm calling Cesar Bononi because a Panini... No, that's actually unfair. Paninis are actually useful. He's not very good. Cesar's not very good. And I thought there was some potential in him, with him back in NXT. But no, he's just not very good. He is not, improved at all. And Page finally beat him with the buckshot lariat. And it was fine that it wasn't too long, but I felt like, I felt Page should just wipe the floor with this guy, even though he was bigger than Page. Anyway, then we get Page Wisers. He's drinking beer. Get it? They're still doing the alcohol thing. So then we have Lance Archer in Abandoned Warehouse. I have a question. What is it with AEW doing these on-location promos in abandoned warehouses and busted up places and everything? Is there an abundance of abandoned warehouses around Daly's place? I would really like to know that. I don't know much about Jacksonville. I would hope there aren't a bunch of abandoned warehouses, but seriously, what is the deal? Anyway, he puts over Sting at first, says he was a fan, but says it's his time. Lance Archer versus Sting, I don't really have a desire to see that, but you know what? If it gets Archer over, I'm all for it. Jake Roberts sure as fuck ain't getting Archer over, so maybe it's about time we let Lance Archer talk for himself. And then we get recaps of Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. Baker's interviewed by Shivani. She says, Thunder Rosa, you should be thanking me. Well, if you put the women's division on the map, then why is everyone talking about me? And then she mentions Foley. Well, it only took you 20 years to become a hardcore legend. I did it in one night. And then she says, the three most epic words in letters in professional wrestling, DMD. RKO, get it? Little shots back and forth. It is what it is, though. Britt Baker has really sunk her teeth into this heel role, and good for her. So we have we have Christian Cage with the Varsity Blondes and Dante Martin, and Dash is here. And then Kazarian shows up. Hey, didn't have time to say hi to an old friend, referencing Cage and Kazarian, if you will. Remember that great match they had at Genesis 2007? Remember that? Remember how great that was? Yeah, they kind of referenced that and all the great matches they had before, and they actually did have good matches, and good for them. They're going to have a match next week. That's kind of cool. Pinnacle members FTR and Shawn Spears. I'm going on the record right now and say Shawn Spears does not belong in the group at all. He just doesn't. It's not that he's bad, he just doesn't belong there. They took on the Varsity Blondes, Pillman Jr. and Griff Garrison and Dante Martin. Spears, again, just does not fit in his group. I wrote that down. Work was fine. Back from break for like 30 seconds, we get Brainbuster, C4 on Dante, 1, 2, 3. So Spears gets the victory. And cool. All right, whatever. I mean, literally, they came back from break, and it was like over like that. The match wasn't bad for what it was. And then Wardlow lays out Pillman Jr., and then here's Giovanni to do the interview, and I believe it was Cash makes the comment, the Pinnacle is family, and Santana Ortiz gets mentioned, and then MJF knocks Jericho, and it's going to be a gift next week, or I'm going to give you a gift next week. They're going to be draped in championship gold at some point. And he says, when you're in the Pinnacle, you're always on top. Aha, I see what you did there. Team Taz then are backstage in some weird supply closet. No problems with Team Taz and how Cage has apologized to everybody, but he didn't. Who better? And he does the throat slash thing, and I don't know why they're making Cage the guy that's going to break out on his own, because I don't think Cage is that good. I think Cage needs a team more than anything, because he's going to get exposed as somebody that really isn't that good on his own. And I've seen his work in Lucha Underground. I've seen his work in Impact. He's better in a group. So anyway, QT Marshall is frustrated. His wife, goddamn, his wife is a beauty. Good on him. Good on her. I hope they're happy together. Seriously, it's nice that a happy couple is out there, and especially in wrestling, but seriously, his wife is a fucking fox. He says, there is not a person besides Tony Khan himself that has done more work in AEW than me. You had to shoehorn Tony Khan's name in there. Must be a mandate, like maybe he gets like a $5,000 bonus every time Tony Khan's name is mentioned. In that case, somebody should mention Tony Khan's name in a 5 times in a 30-second promo, so you got to pay him $30,000. Anyway, he talks about being Cody's friend, Cody's friend chance. And then he challenges Cody for an exhibition next week. He doesn't want to take unnecessary bumps, because when he is around, or when his career is over, he still wants to provide and do some good things or whatever. And he says he's out there working while his wife sleeps alone. Never mind. Cody is in a sling because apparently his shoulder is still hurt. And he says, well, you can have the exhibition. Arn will be the referee. And talks about the friendship with him and everything. And it's clearly obvious that QT Marshall is going to take liberties and try to beat Cody here. Cody's going to beat him with an inside cradle or something, and QT's going to snap. So we get the Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid versus the Bucks and Brandon Cutler. Buckler, if you will. Brandon Cutler is like just incredible, but without the personality. So he's Brandon credible, barely credible. That's mean, because Brandon Cutler doesn't seem like a bad guy, but he's also just there. Matt's wife and kids. The kids are the future birthers. Future birther party! I'm going to take shots at the Bucks for being birthers because they're goddamn idiots, and so are a lot of the elite. And you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah, flippy shit. I haven't seen that since the first match. Look, there was no psycho. Why didn't they make this Lucha Rules? There's nothing wrong with making a match a car crash. You're going to get that with these guys. Why not just make it Lucha Rules? Nobody bothered with the goddamn tags. The referee shouldn't have even been there. They should have just sent the referee out when the finish was going to happen. Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3. The referee wasn't goddamn needed for this. And sometimes these matches can work as a spectacle. This was just noise. It was just spots. And it was just It was car crash and dives and no selling and dives and super kicks and also no selling and dives and a lot of stuff. And DDT spike on the apron. Why it looked like Phoenix, just kind of flipped out of that. And then we get a Spanish fly by Laredo Kid on Cutler, 1, 2, 3. And then Omega beats up Laredo Kid and then says, after he takes Mike from Don, give me the mic, Don. He says it like several times after he had taken the mic, like 30 seconds before. Kenny doesn't understand, what he is gripping in his hand, apparently. Phrasing. So, good God, Omega can't talk. That's all I gotta say right there. And then, I didn't choose AEW, I chose you. And then you chose Cutler, you didn't even choose me. This is high school drama bullshit. Too sweet, all that, I don't care about this. Abrasive, he can't even say abrasive. I do not care one bit about the Bullet Club stuff, is what I wrote down. He's like, stand with me now, your last chance. Oh, you had your chance. And he's not intimidating. He's not. Anyway, Lucha Bros super kick and, package pile drive Omega. Okay, and the Good Brothers arrive about 10 moments too late. The Good Brothers just don't interest me at all. As good as they actually are in the ring, and they are, they're a good team. I don't care about them as characters. I just don't. We get a Jade video package. She says she will take down Red Velvet. you will be stepping in the ring with that bitch. I really hope that Jade continues to improve, because she has the look. She does have the look. That much I'll say. A new TNT original series, Cody and Brandy. I will not watch or review this, and you can't make me. You can't make me. I will not review that. There is not a goddamn chance I'm reviewing, mid and misses, as somebody said, because that's basically what it is. Some of this show wasn't bad, but like that's the new TNT series that they're gonna have, a reality show with Cody and Brandy. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's bad when WWE does it, and it's gonna be just as bad when AEW does it. Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley are in some kind of, I don't know, weird shower or something like that, or some kind of weird RV or a weird kitchen. Maybe they're RV shopping. Maybe it's going RV. That'd be interesting to see a road trip show with them. It's a broken something, referring to his ankle. And then, this is not about selling a tacky t-shirt. Oh, did I hit a nerve? Yeah, the Bullet Club, by the way, is a t-shirt brand. I should emphasize that. Moxley says, well, Bucks, if you want to stand with us, you better be willing to pay the price. Okay, you know what? Fine promo. Both these guys can cut promos. Nyla Rose with Vicky, who doesn't need to be there. Vicky Guerrero does not need to be there. Taking on Tay Conte. Nyla attacks Tay right after she's done gently scissoring the ropes. And Nyla dominates for a bit. Knee drop off the top. This was actually a pretty good match. It wasn't great, but it was a pretty good match. Tay comes back with her own knee strikes. And some other good stuff. It looked like, Nyla might get the victory. Oh no, Hammerlock DD Tay for 3. Oh no. Suddenly, Tay Conte, has a victory over Nyla Rose. What the hell is going on? I thought Nyla Rose was going to get... There were a lot of people that were really shocked, though Tay has really improved. And then Vicky tries to earn her check by holding on to Tay's foot, probably trying to send her over the wall because she's Vicky, I vote for the wall Guerrero. And then Sheeta comes down, and Kane's Nyla, and then the bunny runs in. Oh boy, does the bunny run in here. And this was a mess. And here's why this is a mess. Because everybody's just like, okay, somebody runs out and they hit the spot. And then, hey, somebody's got to be right there to hit their spot, and they aren't. And it was just kind of a mess. I don't mind them using the women like this. This is just kind of messy. So then Matt Hardy's out there with the Butcher and the Blade, says, well, the overlooking for his talent ends now. Matt, you are just not interesting as big money Matt or what. I'm sorry. I don't find Matt Hardy that interesting. If other people do, that's great. One person actually says, your brother's better in plain view, or plain range of those mics. It's absolutely hilarious. And there aren't a lot of fans there, so imagine how loud that person had to be. And next week it's going to be Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor versus Miro and Kip. Marvelous Mark Miro. That is what he is going to be known as, because his wife is more well known. Yeah, it's going to be Arcade Anarchy. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid regardless of who it is. This is a bad idea. Sheeta and Tay Conte versus Nyla and the Bunny. Omega and the Good Brothers versus Lucha Bros. Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid. Cody versus QT. Arn as a referee. Christian Cage versus Kazarian. Scorpio. This is a side you haven't seen. I am the face of the revolution. I like this new heel Scorpio. Darby Allin versus John Silver. This is your main event. I found out why a little bit later. Darby takes a spill outside. Both these guys can work. I just don't really care about the Dark Order, but John Silver can work. We get a railing spot. We get Darby diving on Silver. It's Sting to fend off the Dark Order. And then we get a coffin drop on the entire Dark Order outside. We get a Code Red for 3. And then Matt attacks Darby. And everybody literally gets in there. Everybody that's going to be involved in these matches just gets in there and does all this stuff. And that's it. That's really about it. That's all I have to say about that. This match wasn't bad. I mean, I think I understand why they did the main event, or why they did for the main event, but it's a bit messy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, by the way. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Reckland. I'll see you soon.